Here we go again. You're bored out of your mind and searching for something to cool off those hours of Minecraft you spent making a sheep butt play machine.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
Well, boy oh boy, do I have a genre for you. Roguelike games. So precious. Roguelike games are a very unique genre of games. It is a subgenre of role-playing video games characterized by a dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, tile-based graphics, and permanent death. Roguelikes might come off as a crazy or simple idea, but they're all based on a high fantasy narrative, which all came from the main big boy we all know and love, Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, you my fellow nerds. The exact definition of a roguelike game is still argued about, but to those people we say, shut your silly little face up. However, there is one specific roguelike game I've been playing for a long time, and has really helped me through the quarantine. Please, Lel, release the knowledge you're holding on to. Okay, don't worry, Timmy, I got you covered. Binding of Isaac is the game I am talking about today. Binding of Isaac, you say? Well, what is Binding of Isaac? I'm glad you asked. Binding of Isaac is an indie roguelike video game designed by Edmund Macmillan and Florian Himsel. Released in 2011, Binding of Isaac's plot is inspired by the biblical story of the Binding of Isaac, in which God tells Abraham to order 66 his son, Isaac. Abraham gets interrupted by a messenger from God. He then sees a ram and just sacrifices it instead. The game follows this exact same story, but instead of Abraham, it's Isaac's mother, and well, there ain't no messenger to interrupt her. Isaac's mother receives a message from God, demanding the life of her son as proof of her fate. Isaac, after overhearing this, flees into his monster-filled basement of their home, which he must fight for survival. Yes, this is about an infant running from his deranged mother whilst fighting other monsters. Buckle up! In The Binding of Isaac, players control Isaac or other unlockable characters going through a randomly generated dungeon, collecting items to get stronger, to defeat bosses, to get stronger items, to inevitably defeat his mother. The game received a bit of controversy due to the religious themes, with even Nintendo cancelling a deal with them because of it. Now I'll never get the sweet satisfying feeling of slaying my own mother on a Nintendo platform. Oh, sweet. The dev team released a complete remake of this game in 2014 titled The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which added a bunch of new features, including new music such as this absolute banger. Two more DLCs released after Rebirth. Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus in 2015 and 2017, which added new items to and so much more stress to my life. Man, how is this roof fair? This is total BS. I'm going to kill myself. The game itself is super unique. You've got your dungeon maze exploration. It's pretty difficult, and as the insane gamer that I am, I'm always down for a good challenge. It's got a super creepy theme to it. It's not some AAA title, or there's no other major developer on it. And there are literally tiny pieces of poop trying to murder you. Guess you could say it's pretty crap. I'm suffering. I absolutely love this game. I've been playing since there's been a version of it supported by Flash, and always supported the way the game's developed. There's just something about watching a child use their tears to murder monstrous beings to eventually kill their mother's heart, getting the choice to fight a fallen angel or fight another version of yourself to then end up fighting Mega Satan, that is just so damn fun. There's so many places in the game to traverse, like the basement, the cellar, a version of the basement but on fire, the caves, a version of the caves but flooded, the depths but dank? Oh yeah, and the womb! I've spent a lot of hours playing this game altogether. I've had love moments and rage moments, but it's just such an addictive game that I can't stop. There's a whole bunch of content and a whole bunch of strategies to be learned. There's also some popular mods made by fans that add more unique features to the game, increasing the replayability. For me, this is a game I can easily play daily and has really helped me kill a bunch of time during quarantine. And a bunch of keyboards. It's really the dark themes, art style, and difficulty for me. Having games kick my ass and make me feel like a dirty You're gonna die a lot, but when you do figure things out, you feel like you've become almighty. Finally winning a run makes you feel like you aren't a disgrace to this world. It gives you a rush of adrenaline that just instantly boosts your mood, until you get into another run and get your ass whooped. Binding of Isaac is a game for masochists, let's be honest. And boy oh boy, did this game turn me into its punching bag. And I'm okay with that. As well as those wonderful things, I feel Binding of Isaac really helped a rebirth of roguelikes with how popular it's become. It's almost always on sale and is a great experience if you've never played a roguelike. Enjoy the suffering. The game's got a whole lot of stupid jokes, which I'm a sucker for, I gotta admit. Catch me laughing my butt off at a bean that makes you fart. Yes, I am 5 years old. There's also never really been a game that's portrayed religious kooks like this game has with the mother. Yet, you get subtle hints that the mother might just be genuinely insane, finding pills in many runs, and seeing how violent and unpredictable she is. She isn't an example of a typical Christian, yet a person of severe mental illness. The game's insane, corny, stupid, and my god annoying. But I love it. And I think everyone should try it, or at least a game like it. So next time you see that beautiful Steam sale, make sure you look for Binding of Isaac. And you can send me the hate right after. Anyways, that's about it from me. If you've managed to watch this far into the video, I want you to know that I appreciate you. And I'd like to offer you an invitation to my cult sacrificial meeting we hold every Sunday right after golf. I'll see you whenever.